What's up, people? It's Christina with Redo the Work, and today I'm answering the question, do my workouts have to be hard in order for them to be effective? So as a fitness instructor, I get lots of different responses after class, but here are the 4 most common responses that I receive. Wow, that wasn't so bad. Ooh, that was really hard. That was hard, thank you. That was nice as a warm-up. I think I'm gonna go for a run. Now listen, all of these are valid responses and you are all amazing people. But the one thing all these comments have in common is that we are clearly measuring the effectiveness of our workouts based on how challenging or hard they were. There's a myth floating around out there that the harder the workout, the better it is. And it's that perception that deters people from wanting to work out in the first place. So if you want to hear my take on the topic, stick around, we're about to get into it. Okay, so the question is, do my workouts have to be hard in order for them to be effective? Well, just like the answer to most questions, the answer is, it depends. It depends on what your goals are and how you define effective. So for the purpose of this video, I'm defining effective as improving your physical or your mental health. Now let's revisit these common responses I get after class. If you're a person number 1, wow, that wasn't so bad. Fuck yeah, I'm glad you impressed yourself during class. That is the whole purpose of fitness, in my opinion. It's to see the strength that you possess within manifest itself outwardly, and good for you. But if it's easier than you thought it was gonna be, that definitely means there's an expectation that working out is gonna be this awful, sweating buckets, barely being able to breathe, legs shaking torture. And that doesn't have to be true. There are so many ways you can move your body, and if you're resisting working out because you think it's gonna look like this, then don't sign up for that. Replace the word fitness with the word movement and find something light and more enjoyable to get you started with. Here are just a few ideas. Pause, wait. Can gardening really be considered an effective workout? Here's what I want you to remember. If you're doing something new or different with your body, yes, it will be effective. Unless you're recovering from something, movement is always good for your body. In order for it to be effective, you're looking for movement that is somewhat challenging and slightly uncomfortable. Because the saying is true, all change happens on the other side of your comfort zone. But that doesn't mean sitting in an uncomfortable position, tearing up weeds for 5 hours until you hurt your wrists and your back, and so you feel like shit for the next 3 days. Getting uncomfortable doesn't equal crazy long hours of repetitive, difficult movement. Got it? Okay, good. So if you already have a movement practice that doesn't include taking fitness classes or going to the gym, and you're really sold on the idea of that's where you want to go next, remember this. Your instructor or your personal trainer is not the expert of your body. Only you know what it's like to live in your body. Their job is to design a class to get a large group of people to get their bodies moving, and that's it. The exercises, the duration of the exercises, and everything else are merely just suggestions. Take what you want from it and leave what you don't. And if you're feeling self-conscious about it, it's totally okay to go up to your instructor before or after class and share with them what your goals are, if you're working through any injuries, what your fitness background is, how your body is feeling that day, if you have any special requests for you personally, just whatever. And if you don't want to talk to the instructor, great. You don't have to ever explain yourself to anyone. Ever. Nobody knows what it's like to live in your body but you, and that's the end of the story. And the choices that you make in the class are your business unless you choose to share. So, quick recap. If you're person number 1, wow, that wasn't so bad. A+, good job. It sounds like you found that somewhat challenging and slightly uncomfortable range during your workout, and that's great. What about person number 2? Whew, that was really hard. If you finish up a workout or a movement practice and you're thinking to yourself, damn, that was a lot harder than I expected, that's okay. That happens. So there was this one time I went to a class here in Minneapolis at a place called Alter after I hadn't been working out for like 3 months, and I went way too hard. I got way too excited to jump back in, and I was so sore. Like literally, I was sore for like 2 whole weeks. It was awful. So if you're person number 2, what I'm gonna say to you is this: try not to get down on yourself. It's in these exact moments where your fitness routine has the capability of influencing your mental health, for better or for worse. So please be kind to yourself. Remember these 2 things. Yes, that workout was hard, but you did it. Fuck yeah. You're walking and talking and moving because you survived to tell the tale, and you did it. You didn't try to do it. You didn't try your best. You did it, even if that means you didn't look like the person next to you. And failure is just data. It doesn't mean anything more unless you make it mean something more. Thoughts are just thoughts, and you're in control of the meaning that you assign to those thoughts. It can be really tempting to let your negative self-talk take over and tell you things like, God, I'm so out of shape, I'm not cut out for this, working out sucks. But stick to the facts, log away your data points, and keep your inner critic out of it. If you have a thought like, man, I couldn't do that move, or I couldn't lift that heavy weight, that's great. Take that information into consideration for next time so that you can make adjustments, and nothing more. Remember, we're going for somewhat challenging and slightly uncomfortable. And so if you thought the workout felt really challenging, maybe your data point is, I went too hard, and I'll just ease up on it next time. Or your data point might be, I didn't like that class and I'm just not gonna go back. And that's okay too. If you stick to the facts instead of the stories, it's a lot easier to quiet down your inner critic and to stay focused on your goals. Okay, so moving on to person number 3. That was hard, thank you. It sounds like you have a comfortable relationship with being uncomfortable. And for you, if you have a solid movement practice or you've been active for a while, you understand that our bodies adapt pretty quickly to the demands that we place on it. And so in order for your workouts to remain effective, you need to introduce new challenges in order to reach that somewhat challenging, slightly uncomfortable feeling. Now remember, for the purpose of this video, we're defining effective as improving the state of your body or your mind. But some people don't have the goal to improve, they have the goal to maintain the state of their body and their mind. And great, that's totally okay. Maintenance is also a super valid goal. We don't always need to be constantly improving ourselves. So if maintenance is your current goal, you don't necessarily need to aim for that somewhat challenging, slightly uncomfortable feeling in order for your workouts to be effective by your definition. But it never hurts to throw in some new challenges, even just to keep your mind sharp and to stay actively engaged in your movement practice. And on to person number 4. That was nice as a warm-up. I think I'm gonna go for a run. Yes, it is absolutely true for you that a 60-minute workout might not be effective enough to improve the state of your body and mind. But I would ask you to just be aware of what it is that you're hoping to improve. Because if you're going for a fit, healthy body and a strong, healthy mind, and you just want to age well and be active through the rest of your life, not all your workouts need to be hard. So if you just got done with a workout and you have a thought that sounds like, that workout wasn't hard enough, I'm just encouraging you to be aware of what hard enough means for you and what your current goals are. Because like I said earlier, nobody can be an expert at living in your body except for you. Okay? Only you know what hard enough is and how hard you want to go in your workouts and what feels good for you. But that being said, even the fittest person in the world needs to take some rest days and can benefit from gentle movement. So remember, as long as it's somewhat challenging and slightly uncomfortable, it's effective. And even if you consider yourself super fit and active, your body is only conditioned to do what it's used to doing. So adding something new, even if it's only a slight difference, can yield some awesome results for your movement practice. You can optimize your movement practice by bringing some mindfulness into your workouts. Pick something slight to change and to focus on for the day. Maybe it's something like, I'm gonna do every move on my tippy toes so I can focus on balance, or I'm really gonna slow down every rep to focus on resistance. Or you can spice it up by trying a brand new class or activity. Even if it's something more low impact than what you're used to, if it's new, it presents new challenges. And if it's somewhat challenging and slightly uncomfortable, it is effective. Unless you're recovering from something, it's always a good idea to move your body. There's no such thing as wasted movement. So to wrap this up, I'm just gonna say that making small incremental changes to improve our minds and bodies is more sustainable over time than going balls out in the gym for like 3 weeks and then getting burnt out. Your workouts don't have to be hard in order to be effective. Instead, aim for somewhat challenging and slightly uncomfortable. And there you have it. I hope that this information gave you something to think about to add to your movement practice. And thank you so much for watching. I am brand new to YouTube, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what resonated with you. Are you person number 1, 2, 3, or 4? And share this with somebody who you think could benefit from this sort of content. I'll be coming out with more videos soon, and I'll see you guys next time.